If you were to go up to the Lake City ammunition plant in Kansas City, Missouri, what you would see a few months ago is very different than what you would see today. A few months ago, what you would have seen is really kind of a relic of what there was from World War II. There's actually, for a while, there were still World War II posters stuck to the wall. Smelled very moldy, that sort of thing is generally how people that worked in the plant would describe it. A very, very old facility that was built in 1941. And now what you're seeing is something completely different, because what you have now, let's start with, is you have billions going into Lake City Ammo Plant. Lake City Ammo Plant is the primary producer of small arms ammo for the U.S. military, pumping out around 1 billion rounds a year, easy. Putting out mostly 5.56 NATO, 7.62 NATO, 50 BMG, and 9mm. And these are all rounds that are heavily used in the U.S. military. Well, recently they did really an expansion of their facilities to do research. And a lot of that research went to the next generation of squad weapons for the U.S. military. But unfortunately, that research was taking place in old facilities. And ultimately what they've done at this point is they've demolished a couple buildings and begun rebuilding. Primarily to first and foremost expand the production of the next generation squad weapons ammo. While they continue with 5.56, 7.62, 9mm, 50 BMG, they're also then expanding that as well. But in addition to that, and this is kind of why I'm making this video, is not only have they demolished and begun building, but what you're seeing is a lot of money is going into research and development. This is big. This has not been the case for decades at this facility. So now what you got is you have demolition of buildings, you have construction of new facilities, expanding 5.56 production, expanding 7.62 production, expanding 9mm production, 50 BMG production. And all of this is really in an effort to go beyond what they've done in the past and put a lot of energy into the future. Now, what does this really look like? You know, because it's all a great picture when you kind of look at that image. That sounds great. The problem is, and this is what I'm going to argue, is that, you know, with all the demolition that's being done, so you can build new facilities, so you could do more research, that sort of thing. My concern has been in the past that that's going to slow down 5.56 production. That we as civilians would see kind of a slowdown in that, which would generally mean higher prices. Slowdown in 9mm. Those are the two most purchased calibers of ammo out there, outside of probably 22 LR. But that has not been the case. They've done a fantastic job of this so far, because really the only ammo so far, here we are, we're at the end of 2024. This is filmed in the last few days of 2024, but post-Christmas. And in 2025, Winchester, who happens to run the Lake City Ammo Plant, has said that ammo prices are going to be going up 5 to 10% on January 1st of 2025. However, what we've seen in specifically the ammo coming out of Lake City Ammo Plant is those prices are going down significantly. We've seen a huge drop in prices of 5.56 and 9mm since all this demolition and construction has begun. I thought the opposite was going to happen, but what we're seeing is, again, a big price in NATO rounds. You know, anything that NATO uses, you've seen that go down, and you're going to continue to see it go down. Whereas in, I believe what Winchester's getting at is really probably more like their specialty ammo, non-NATO related things, self-defense rounds, hunting rounds, everything other than 9mm 5.56, 7.62 NATO, and 50 BMG. Now, I'm going to guess that 50 BMG is going to continue to go up because, you know, every time you pull that trigger, it's like $2 to $5 a bang. But I think the industry looks at 50 BMG like it's kind of a specialty round, even though it's produced by the U.S. military. It's the 9mm and the 5.56 that are really going down. So what can you expect? Well, what you're going to see, I believe Lake City, a lot of this research and development is going really into producing better ammo, different calibers of ammo. But the big piece is there's a lot of artificial intelligence going into the quality control process as well, which is really going to enhance the quality of that ammo, according to the U.S. Army. And so we'll see. I would like to open up the dialogue right now. Are you seeing a higher quality of ammo coming out of Lake City Ammo if you're buying that, you know, that particular ammo? Or is it worse, better, that sort of thing? But my guess also is that you're seeing the prices go down, specifically on 5.56 and 9mm. So I want to open up that dialogue because around here it's going way down, and has for about a month or two so far since all this demolition and construction began. Are you seeing that in your neck of the woods as well? So put that below. Love to know how it's going. But generally speaking, what you're looking at is demolition of old buildings, so old that they were moldy and had old World War II posters stuck to the wall. Old. With the new construction going into the next generation of squad weapons while they're still pumping out the NATO rounds, while they're expanding research and development as well. So this is all, I believe, good news, and it's playing out better than I had thought. Originally, I thought, well, why would you demolition buildings before you built the new ones? But it's working out pretty well. So like to just open up that dialogue, put it below. How do you think it's going so far with the U.S. military? Demolition of ammo plants while they continue to build. How's it going? Put that below. Do want to take a moment, so most people watch the channel, hey, they're not subscribers, click that subscribe button. Greatly increases the algorithm and our ability to get these messages out. That link is below. But most important part of this channel, we take prayer requests. So please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, love guns.